Action speaks louder than words, especially in a drama. Hello everyone! In the previous part, we talked about tragedies and comedies in Chinese and Western dramas. You may have got a rough idea on how they are different in content. And today, we'll further our discussion by seeing its form. That is, the art of stage performing. Drama is written to be performed by actors on a stage before an audience. So it's a literature equipped with arms, legs, tears, laughs, whispers, and shouts that are alive only by performing on stage. In this part, we'll discuss the art of drama performance from three aspects: theater, stage set, and actors' performing arts. As we mentioned in the former parts, Western drama has a much longer history than Chinese drama. So theater, as a formal place of performing drama, also appeared much earlier. More than 2,000 years ago, amphitheaters were built for the ancient Greek to enjoy drama. Most of the theaters were built into hillsides with rising row of seats accommodating more than 14,000 people, which is almost the size of a modern stadium. These seats partially encircled an orchestra or dancing place, where chorus chanted lines or danced.
To theatre when the Romans arrived, and when the era of Greek dominance and independence drew to a close. It's a story that is symbolized by a building that was constructed in Athens in the 2nd century AD, and which still looks proudly over the modern city. This magnificent theatre was paid for by one of Athens' richest citizens, an intellectual called Herodes Atticus, who had it carved out of the rock beneath the Acropolis at the heart of the very city where tragedy and comedy were born.
In Elizabeth's age, it was still popular for people to watch drama in a formal place. Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, which was built in 1599, is one of the most famous. Even today, Western audiences have to wear formally to attend a theater. While in China, for quite a long time, people saw dramas in some inns, taverns, or tea houses. There were no formal places for dramas, not to mention grand theaters. Any places can be a stage. Simple or even shabby temporary stages are everywhere. Some dramas were even performed on streets. One reason for the difference is that Western culture associates drama with multiple functions as religious venue and community consolidation. Theater is more than a place for entertainment. In fact, theater is the source of democracy. While in Chinese culture, drama is mainly regarded as a way for entertaining. It's not so important. Therefore, the place to perform drama is not important either. As for the stage set, the differences are more obvious. In ancient Greek amphitheater, an intimate relationship with the audience was impossible because many spectators were far away to see a facial expression or subtle gesture. To compensate for these disadvantages, actors wore large masks that exaggeratedly expressed the major character's emotions or to identify the minor roles. The masks also allowed the 2 or 3 actors in a performance to play all the characters without confusing the audience. The ancient Greeks really believed that when you wore a mask, you would become someone else. Each mask was fitted so that the mouthpiece amplified the actor's voice to make it clearer for the audience. And the actors were further equipped with padded costumes and high shoes that made them appear larger than life. All the stage design was intended to show the grandness of heroes or gods in the play. Chinese drama, on the other hand, uses different ways to communicate with the audience. From ancient times, the Chinese people had the tradition that good and evil should be clearly distinguished. Because of this, a unique way of makeup was introduced in the Chinese theater. For example, Peking Opera is famous for its painted facial masks. Judging by the color of the masks, the audience can easily distinguish who is good, who is evil, who is courageous, and who is a coward. Such as black usually signified righteousness, red, bravery and loyalty, white, treachery. Besides color, other facial markers and beards of varying length also have symbolic expression. The clown, for example, often wore a white patch across the nose. Besides facial masks, costume is another way for the audience to distinguish characters easily. There are 4 basic colors with symbolic meanings: red for happy and formal occasions, and upright characters; yellow for royalty; black for evil characters, servants and soldiers; white for young people or senior officials. Many of the costumes are richly and beautifully embroidered with golden or silver threads, which added greatly to the visual pleasure and the theatrical effect. Moreover, symbolic props are used in Chinese theater. For example, an ordinary bench can be used to represent a door, a table, or even a house. The performance of drama in 2 cultures are also different. In the Greek theater, actors tended to emphasize words more than physical action. Monologues were often used to show the characters' inner struggle. Audiences were invited to ponder actions and events rather than to see all of them enacted. Chorus would appear after each episode to interpret the preceding dialogue by chanting. So the plays have a strong musical element that is not apparent in drama scripts.
The Greeks invented comedy, tragedy, and all of Western drama, confronting themes we grapple with to this day.
Power, revenge, love, hate, the big ones.
Those features of Western drama performance reflect a classical Greek sense of order and balance. Chinese drama is unique in the use of symbolism in acting. Since some activities could not possibly be reproduced on the stage, Chinese operas give expression to them in a symbolic way. Thus, circling the stage with a whip in hand suggested riding a horse. Walking in a circle indicated a long journey. 4 soldiers and a few generals standing on both sides of the stage represented a grand army. A gesture indicates an invisible door. Besides, Chinese drama are usually performed by singing, accompanied by dozens of musical instruments or by rhythmic speaking. Through these highly abstract but meaningful ways of expression, the audience can fully understand what is taking place on the stage. These symbolic performances carry the audience on wings of imagination to see the essence of the play. After making the comparison, you may wonder what caused those differences on stage performance. The answer lies in different aesthetic philosophy. Chinese arts highlight blank space and ambiguity. Imagination is required to appreciate Chinese drama. Such aesthetic philosophy can be traced back to Taoism. The lines in Dao De Jing, 1 produces 2, and then 2 produces 3, and 3 produces 4, is highly ambiguous and abstract. While in Western culture, under the influence of ancient Greek philosophy, scientific spirit is more emphasized, and the audience naturally appreciated the accurate imitation of reality instead of vagaries and symbolism on stage. Now, let's review what we've learned in this part. The arts of stage performing in Western and Chinese dramas have distinctive differences in theater, stage setting, and performance due to different aesthetic philosophies. Here are 3 questions for you to think about. First, what are the different functions of ancient Greek and Chinese theaters? Theater is a sacred place in ancient Greece. Besides entertaining people, it's also used as a meeting spot for the citizens to vote, for politicians to deliver speech, and it's a cradle for democracy. Theater in China appears late, and it's mainly a place for entertainment. Second, what are the different stage designs? And what are the cultural features reflected from those designs? Actors in ancient Greek drama usually wear large masks and padded costumes to show the grandness of the characters. The chorus is set beside the stage. After each scene, the chorus would chant the interpretation of the progressing plot. Chinese drama uses visual painting to distinguish good and evil. The color of costumes is another way to distinguish different characters. Chinese culture emphasizes ethics, so it's important to have a sharp contrast between good and evil. In Western culture, religion wins most, so the stage design is served to show the power of gods or heroes. Third question, what's the unique Chinese way for actors to perform on stage? And how could the audience get the essence of the play? The use of symbolistic performance on stage is quite unique in Chinese drama. For example, a whip means to ride a horse. A circle around the stage symbolizes a trip of 1,000 miles. Chinese aesthetic appreciates blank space and ambiguity. Therefore, the audience must use imagination to follow the development of the drama and get the essence in it.